Hi everyone. So I will be actually doing a small, how you say, talking session with my cousin sister from Singapore. So I'm just gonna invite her in, and yeah, we'll do it soon. One second, just gonna get her in, and then we'll start the. Yeah, so I've just sent her an invitation, and we'll get started real soon. Just one second, she's just getting in right now.
Hey! This is
Hi,
strange. I wonder why I couldn't do it on mine. It's so strange.
technology.
I don't know, whatever. Okay. I'm so excited to see. I haven't seen you in forever. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What have you been doing today?
Packing. I'm leaving Sri Lanka tomorrow.
Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? Just
Well,
sightseeing on?
my mom's opening up a second restaurant, so heading
Oh.
in there. Yeah,
Okay. Tell her to go check in on my dad because you know the hotel is coming along as well. So make sure y'all, if
sure,
you can, go check it out, whatever. Hey, Pasti, how are
definitely.
you? So, for those y'all joining, this is my cousin Aveena. I'm so proud of her. She has inspired me to no end because she's overcome pretty much everything. I mean, you're on the next to last hurdle already, right? You're gonna try and teach yourself to walk, right? That's like the next one.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
So,
my biggest goal.
oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be so cool for you. And at that point, no one can say shit to you, right? So, for everyone who doesn't know, on my end, my cousin, she is a trained chef. She's an accomplished artist. She's a published writer. Is there anything I'm missing? Like, what else do you do? You do everything pretty much. You're running a restaurant. What else?
Uh, well, that's all for now.
It's a lot. I will say that. She has been featured on a lot of magazines. She's been interviewed by a lot of people. So I'm just excited that I had time to talk to her. So, if you wouldn't mind, people need to understand that for you and your particular situation, for everything you've been through, you have never let no be the final answer. You may stop for a moment and be like, okay, now
Yeah,
what, how do I get to where I want to be, right? That's pretty much been
yeah,
your entire, like, your go-to for everything.
yeah, yeah. So basically, to just say a bit about me,
Please.
um, so basically, I'm born with a spinal condition called Spina Bifida, which basically means that my spine did not fully form, and therefore I'm not able to walk. So I've been wheelchair bound since I can remember. So basically, my biggest challenge is getting into school
Right.
because the awareness in Malaysia is very lack. You know,
Hmm.
there are either schools with facilities that does not want to accept me, and there are schools that does not have facilities and don't want to do anything about it.
Right.
So basically, for many years, my mom had homeschooled me. Very
Hmm.
grateful for that. And at that point, I've always wanted to do something because at that point, when I think at the age of 10, my siblings were going to school and they always come back home and they have something to tell my mom.
Yeah.
And I'll be really jealous, right? At that age because I have nothing to say. I wasn't going to
You've been
school or
home.
tuition.
Right.
Yeah, I'm at home. So, and being Indian particularly, we have these auntie and uncles who come and ask, my us, what do you do? If you finish school, are you in college? And when it came to my turn, I had nothing to say.
Right.
So
You have
that was
plenty to
my
say
first.
now. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have plenty to
I
say now. So I'm amazed because, I mean, honestly, how many people can say they went to school and learned how to become a chef while wheelchair bound? Because, I mean, how many people are going to have, like, tabletops, kitchen tops that are your level that you could, go and learn all those things with? That's freaking amazing.
exactly.
I'm so impressed. And with that, you didn't just sit at home and cook. What are you doing now? You're running a restaurant, right? Which you're
Yes.
about to go to Sri Lanka and open a second one. So, hey.
Thanks to my mom, my dad, because they saw the passion that I had.
Yeah.
And basically, the restaurant is run by my mom, and I help her actually. So it's the other way around. I get to
But you
actually,
cook, right?
I cook. I cook. Yes.
Okay. So that's amazing. Like, how many people can say that they are a chef in a restaurant, because you are a chef
Yes.
in a restaurant, but are wheelchair bound? Like, that did not stop you. Nothing stops you.
It didn't, because I mean, definitely the first week when I joined culinary, I was the only girl in six boys, and that's no fun. So I found it challenging because physically I couldn't get around by myself. I
Yeah.
constantly needed help by from my friends, and initially those guys did not know me as well, so it was a
Right.
bit rough
It was weird to
start.
ask, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I used to come back home and cry to my mom, like, I don't know whether I can go through this, and it was tough. But my parents never really told me to stop. They
Right.
always say, always there's always ways for me to do the way I know to do things to get through it.
Right.
So I did. Eventually, it was a 3-month program. I did my diploma. I worked it out, and I passed. And this was the
Exactly.
biggest. It was a great feeling, definitely, and get respected by my chefs for being in the only wheelchair bound in the whole academy. So it was amazing.
Absolutely. So I want to ask you about this, your book you published, right? So I read the book. I liked the book a lot. How difficult was it for you to, I mean, it's like physical book. It's not an Amazon Kindle deal. It's a physical
No.
book that's been published. So how difficult was
Yeah.
that for you?
So this was way, way before culinary walked in.
This is way before I actually met you as well, right?
Yes, I know, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, just basically, at that point, I was 16 years old, and I was in and out of school because
Mm.
my school had shifted to a building that wasn't wheelchair friendly.
Yeah.
So I wasn't studying at the time, and I had nothing to do. So I basically was approached by my publishing house in my uncle's
Mhm.
company to start this young writers program
Good.
to write a book. So at that point, I really had nothing to lose. I had no idea how to write, for sure.
Right.
I had no practice about it, but I was trained in the span of 6 months by the editor, and it was like it was working. I had to walk into the office every day. I had to learn how to uh, do spell checks and learn how to paragraph and to put down my story in words,
Right.
literally. So it was definitely difficult because um, I had no idea. It was all in my mind. I had no idea how to put into words. So it was like I had to constantly interview my family in order to put it into a book. Because the best part about my book is that you not only have my version of the story, but my parents, my siblings, a particular uncle and a cousin sister of mine. So it's not only it's not only a story about how I went through being wheelchair bound, but what it's like to have a wheelchair bound person,
As part of
as a
the
family.
family, like how you work. Yeah. And I mean, I not only do I know the book, I know you very well as well, and I know what difficulties you've been through because we've talked a lot over the past couple of years that I've been here. Um, I love the fact that no matter what, I mean, yes, it's very helpful to have people within your family and around, in your friends and family, basically, like your circle, that are there rooting for you, want you to win, will help you come up with solutions for whatever's going on. But it's also difficult to have those few people, and everyone has them, those people that aren't completely happy for you, not always want to see you win, aren't really there to support you the way that you would like for them to. But I mean, you've worked around that as well, and I appreciate that about you. Like, yes, it bothers you. Obviously, you're human. I'm human. These things happen, but it's not ever what's being said. Sometimes it's the person that's saying them that really hurts, but you've managed to get through it anyway. I
Yeah.
know from our conversations, there have been a couple times where we're like, I don't know how many more times I can tell this story. Like, I mean, what's so special about me? And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Are you crazy? People need to hear your story. So I
Yes.
am super proud of you. I think that because of your resolve, because of other people's perceived limitations of you, I think it's pissed you off to a point where you're like, it's not a limitation. Let me show you how it's not a limitation. So, I mean, the fact
Yeah,
that you've gone out to bazaars and done these artworks and sold artwork, I mean, like how many people can do that and they're not wheelchair bound, you know?
yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely challenging, but the thing is, having lived the life I have lived, I've I find challenge a blessing.
Yeah.
Every time I go through it, yes, you and I have had days where I've cried to you, not knowing how to handle certain people in my life,
Yeah.
not knowing what to say, how to stand up for myself. But I think that doesn't only go for me. That actually
It
goes
happens
for
to everyone.
everybody.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody, and it's at that point where you break and you know you hate yourself for it because at the end you have to put yourself first. And Akka, you taught me that. So you know, I'm very grateful that I put myself first now and realize what I need for myself to remain strong, to do what I do, and you know, try to help people around me. You know, so whenever I go through a challenge, I try to remind myself how far I've come,
Hmm.
and of course, my main purpose and will always be my purpose is to make my parents proud.
I think you do that without trying, Ma. I mean, the fact that you get up every day and you have like you have a resolve to do something. You have a passion that drives you, and I think that's enough for any parent. I mean, for any parent, that's what you want for your child to find something that they really, really love, and they get up in the morning excited to go do whatever it is that they really love. The fact that you've done that
Exactly.
and you're happy with yourself until someone says something stupid. You're fine. You're happy.
Yeah.
You know what you
Yeah.
have to do. So that's very
Yeah.
difficult, actually. Um,
Yeah.
there are plenty of people out there that complain. There are plenty of people out there that are happy to just sit where they are and just complain. And you're
Yeah.
showing everybody up by doing so
Yeah.
much more. You have every faculty that we have, but we have a little bit, a little bit extra because we can walk around. We take everything for granted. And I think that you show us day by day that don't take things for granted. If I can do it, you can do it. There's no excuses. If you
Yeah.
if you have to look at me as inspiration and keep going from there. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's amazing that you even, that you do that
And
every day.
honestly, I truly believe that not only because I'm wheelchair bound that I could inspire people, but it's anyone. Anyone could inspire anyone. You know, it's
Absolutely.
just the strength that you have to take in willing to tell the story, in willing to tell your issues in the way how you handled it. You know, so I believe that anyone can do it. Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's some of us that have to really suffer through some things first in order to find that we've pushed through whatever blockages we have and we've made it anyway. And at that point,
Yeah.
we know what we're talking about. We're passionate about it because we know what it was like to struggle. We know we've been there before. So I mean, not many people can say they've been where you've been, but look how much you've
Yeah.
accomplished. You've done body painting shoots. You've done interviews in Tamil. Like, I don't think I'm ready for that. My Tamil's not that great.
That's
But
scary.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you've really stretched yourself. In the 5 years that I've been here and actually gotten to know you, you've really stretched yourself, and that's more than most people can say. So that's amazing to me. I hope you continue to. You keep saying wheelchair bound, and I keep thinking in my head, like, yeah, not for long, because she's gonna start
No,
walking here
no, no.
soon.
I am for sure.
I
I mean,
know.
do it. I'm gonna do it because I can. You know, not
Yeah.
that I need to, but because I can. It's. I realized that recently.
Good. I mean, that's amazing though. There's a lot of people out there with spina bifida that don't understand that, maybe at a certain point, if they're confident enough, they could try to learn to walk as well. So that's a major step for you. And the fact that you can accomplish that little by little, because it's like little things you do every day, right? That you kind of,
Yeah.
gain your confidence, gain your strength in your body.
Yeah. The only way to face fears is to take those baby steps, whether we
Absolutely.
like it
Action
or not.
cures all of that fear. Actually, yeah. So
Yeah.
is there anything that you have coming up, like any project, besides this, this new opening in Sri Lanka for a new restaurant, is there anything else that you have, like project-wise, that's lined up that we should be, like, looking out for from you?
Okay. Well, so basically, I just attended my friend's solo exhibition,
Okay.
and I'm absolutely psyched to do my own. Well,
Okay.
so I'm
Do you have
I'm
a
gonna
date
start
yet,
on.
or are you thinking?
I'm gonna give myself. I'm not gonna put a date. I'm not gonna pressure myself. I
Yeah.
want to enjoy the journey in
Yeah, sure.
organizing the concept of it.
Yeah.
But that's definitely in line of it of doing that. And but for now, my biggest project is to start walking on crutches. That's my main goal right now. And from there, I definitely want to grow as an artist more. I want to be able to travel and exhibit my paintings. So that's my next project for sure.
So for all those people listening out there, what kind of medium do you, for me, I know it's mostly mixed media, correct? Is there anything else you're like kind of dabbling in trying to teach yourself?
So I want to eventually start getting into oil painting
Okay.
because I realized that oil paintings have a lot of value when we put it out there, when you sell
Okay.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I've realized as my artist friends that when they do oil painting, it teaches them to be patient, to have
Okay.
patience,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to wait for each layer to dry and
Yes.
those kind of things.
Yeah.
And usually it gives them this mental space as well. So it's a lot to
Right.
do with your energy and all that. So I want to definitely get into oil painting and see
Okay.
how I can bring that into mixed media as well.
Any other books in the works, maybe? A
Uh,
cookbook? A cookbook? I mean, you could do a
a
cookbook,
cook.
right?
Well, actually, honestly, I want to. I mean, I've started my YouTube channel, but it's going slow.
It will. The
But
beginning is always slow. Don't give up.
yeah. So I want to start, how you say, portraying my messages through videos.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I do write, but for my personal reasons. But if I do get ideas to write a second book, for sure, you'll be the first to know.
Awesome. So y'all heard it here. So if if she starts another book, I'll be the first to know. I'm very excited about that. But in the meantime, y'all please check her out, Aveena.d on Instagram. You have Aveena Shakti as well, correct? That's the other one with your
Yes,
artwork.
art page. Yeah.
Is it just Aveena Shakti straight, or is there's a period in there somewhere, isn't there?
Uh, Aveena Shakti D, actually, yeah. It's
Okay, yeah.
Aveena Shakti.
So please follow along. Please follow her journey because she's accomplished so much. She is a wealth of knowledge. Um, she's one of those people I look to when I feel like giving up, and it's a little more often than you would think. I just don't admit it out loud. So, but yeah. So the fact that she's still going strong, that she's always constantly pushing herself to grow. She never sits still. Considering she's in a wheelchair, she never sits still. Okay, this woman is amazing.
That's
So.
honestly a scary. For me, whenever I still sit still, it's a scary feeling. I have to keep progressing. That's my
Right.
biggest fear.
Good. I understand. I understand. So thank you so much, Avina. I really appreciate you taking the time. We will catch up a little bit more. But in the
Sure.
meantime, you guys, please follow her along, Avina.d on the main page, and then the art page is Avina Shakti D. So thank you so
Yeah.
much again. I love you, and I'll
Thank
talk to you again soon.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. So that was actually a quick interview I did with my cousin sister all the way in Singapore. Please follow her. Her Instagram is Pika. She's an amazing, motivator for me personally, and she's helped me grow as a person and as an artist in every way possible. So please go and follow her, show her some love. Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.